Have you ever wanted to write a personal story, but you just kind of stared at a blank page, not sure where to even start? It happens to the best of us, right? Well, today we're going to crack the code. We're breaking down a super simple but really powerful formula for telling a meaningful story about just one single day. So yeah, let's get right into it.
Okay, so to kick things off, let's take a look at our example story for today. It's short, it's sweet, and it's our case study. Just listen to this. I usually have a normal routine. I go to school in the morning and spend time with my friends in the afternoon. I like listening to music and watching videos when I get home. However, last weekend was different. I went to a birthday party and I met new people. At first, I felt a bit nervous, but then I started talking to them and I had a great time. We listened to music, danced, and laughed a lot. That day was special because I did something different. I think I learned that I should try new things more often.
So it's pretty simple, yeah, but it's also really effective. It feels real. It has a point. So what's the secret sauce here? What makes this little story work so well? Well, that's what we're here to figure out. Turns out there's a clear, repeatable formula hiding just under the surface. The power of this story comes down to its design. And I know it looks simple on the surface, but trust me, underneath, it's built on this really clean, logical structure. This thing works so well for a reason. It's not an accident.
Okay, so why does it click? Well, for one, it's super relatable. The language is straightforward, nothing fancy, which makes it really easy to connect with. But the big thing, the most important part, is that clear structure. That's what lets the story build a real emotional connection. You know, it's the perfect model to learn from precisely because it's not trying to be some complicated masterpiece.
All right, time to put on our detective hats. We're going to deconstruct this thing, pull it apart piece by piece, and find that hidden blueprints inside. You ready to see how the magic trick is done?
When you boil it all down, the story really just has two key parts. Think of it like this. On one side, you've got the routine. That's just your normal day-to-day life. And on the other side, you've got the special event, that one day that was totally different. And that contrast, that's the engine that drives the whole story forward.
So here we go, part one, the routine. The writer kicks things off by just painting a picture of their normal life. This is our baseline, it shows us what's totally normal for them so that when things get different, we really feel that shift.
And then, bam! Part two, the special event. This is where the story really takes off. It's a sharp turn away from the everyday. The writer just zooms in on that one moment, that one day that totally broke the mold.
So how do they make that separation between the routine and the event so clean? It's not just that they say this day was different. No, there's a really clever, kind of subtle trick happening here, and it's all about grammar. Specifically, the grammar of talk. Check this out. This is the trick. When they talk about the routine, they're using the present simple tense. I go to school. I like listening to music. That's for habits, stuff that's always true. But then, for the special event, they flip a switch to the past simple tense. I went to a party. I had a great time. That little change instantly tells our brain, okay, this is a specific thing that happened in the past. It's such a simple grammar shift, but man, it creates this super powerful dividing line in the story.
Okay, but a good story isn't just a list of what happened, right? It needs emotion. It needs feeling. You got to take the reader on a little journey. If the structure we just talked about is the skeleton, then emotion, that's the heart. And our little story here builds that heart using two really important tools.
That big pivot point, right? The jump from the routine to the special day, it all kicks off with one tiny but super powerful word, however. That's what we call a contrast word. Its whole job is to be a giant flashing sign for the reader that says, hey, pay attention, everything's about to change. It's like a signpost on the road guiding us from normal to, not so normal.
The other thing is the emotional journey it takes us on. It's got a really clear arc. It starts with a little bit of conflict, right? That feeling of, I felt a bit nervous. We've all been there. Then it resolves that feeling with, I had a great time. And it wraps up with a reflection, which is what gives the whole thing meaning. That day was special. That little journey is the difference between just hearing about a day and actually feeling it.
All right, so we've taken the story apart, we've looked at the grammar, we've mapped out the emotion. Now for the best part. Let's put all those pieces back together into a simple blueprint, a formula that you can actually use for your own stories.
And here it is, your 5-step blueprint. It's like a recipe. Step 1, you start with your normal life. You can even use the starter, I usually. Step 2, introduce that one different day, something like last weekend. Step 3, talk about the change and how you felt. At first, then,
Works perfectly. Step 4. Sum up the overall feeling. I felt, and last but not least, step 5. Reflect on why it was important. It was because. That's it. That's the whole formula.
Seriously, it's that simple. You now have the exact framework you need to tell a really compelling story about any day that mattered to you. You've got the tools, you've got the structure. So what's next? Well, now it's your turn.
So I'll leave you with this one question to kind of get the wheels turning. Think about your own life for a second. Think about your routines, and then think about those moments that just completely shattered them. What day changed something for you?